Horse players, past performances of the Los Alamitos Nighttime Quarter and Thoroughbred races are now featured nightly in all print PM editions of the Daily Racing Form. You can now find the Los Alamitos PPs nationwide. Check out the past performances in the East, South, Midwest, Pacific Northwest, and even Canada PM editions. That's expanded national print coverage of Los Alamitos in the Daily Racing Form. Playing the Los Alamitos races with past performances in hand has never been easier. For more, follow us on Twitter or Instagram at Los Al Racing.
Hi everybody, Dan Illman and Mike Beer, the DRFBets Race of the Day for Wednesday, August the 21st. Race number 6 at Del Mar. We're going a mile. It's the Harry F. Brubaker Stakes for 3-year-olds and up. You can play the Wednesday Del Mar card with a DRFBets account. Sign up at drf.com/bet. Get that $100 in deposit match. Let's take a look at the field for the Harry F. Brubaker. You can access free formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at drf.com. Download them, handicap along with us. We're going to take this field in post-position order, beginning with Lambo, who won last year's Grade 3 Robert B. Lewis on the lead, then got kind of thrown to the wolves on the San Felipe against McKinsey, the Pat Day Mile. This was a horse that recently returned off a little bit of a prep race, Mike, sprinting, and I think that's all it was. I think it was a prep, and he wants to go 2 turns.
I think so, too, and I actually don't think he ran, that poorly last time either. I mean, he was never going to win that race, but I like that he was just sort of keeping on, and he was game to get third at the end. He seems like a horse who's just way better going longer, and I think he's going to run way better in this race.
And that was a pretty live race. The horse that finished directly in front of him, Flagstaff, came back to win a 2X with a 97 Beyer speed figure. Plus, we have a formulator fact concerning Lambo. This is for his trainer, Phil D'Amato. Over the past 5 years, horses 3 and up on dirt, stretching out in non-graded stakes, 4 for 10, a $3.06 ROI. And Lambo has good tactical speed, and he should use that to his advantage, breaking from this advantageous inside post. The class of this race is arguably the number 2, Dr. Door. This horse is a graded stakes winner. He won the Californian in 2018, was second to Accelerate in the Gold Cup at Santa Anita, second to Catalina Cruiser in the San Diego Handicap. Needless to say, he took on tough company. Last time out in the Kona Gold Stakes, he just caught one of those paceless races, didn't do much running. This layoff worry you?
I mean, maybe a little bit. I just feel like he's just more of a horse who doesn't really want to sprint, at least at this stage of his career. He's won sprinting before. I just think he's better at about a mile, which he gets in this spot. I'd be a little concerned that his last 2 races aren't particularly compelling. I didn't think he ran great in either one of them. But I just feel like this is a better spot for him and a better distance for him.
I can understand anybody saying that maybe at the age of 6 he's getting a little bit long in the tooth. It's been quite a long time since he's earned one of his customary triple-digit Beyer speed figures, but I could also understand anyone making your argument. He probably doesn't want to sprint, and in both races, sprint races this year, St. Joe Bay and Sistron just got loose on the lead and were able to walk the dog. Sistron especially coming back sharp, second in a Grade 2, then winning the Bing Crosby, a Grade 1 stakes race. We'll move on to the number 3 in here, and that is the classy Isotherm. This horse started his career on the East Coast on the turf for George Weaver, did some good things on turf for Phil D'Amato, really blossomed in this race last year when he had just a terrible trip wide every step of the way in a 4-horse field. And then in the Awesome again, he ran huge behind Accelerate and West Coast, trying every step of the way, but it seemed that race took a lot of starch out of him, and this is his first start in about 8 months.
Yeah, the layoff, I guess, is something that you would worry about here. We'll see if he comes back and can run his best race off the bench, because I think he's going to need his best race to beat this field. I don't know. I know he's run well on dirt. I still prefer him as a turf horse.
But you certainly have to respect the class lines and the horses he's been against. The Battle of Midways, the Dabsters, the City of Lights, the Seeking the Souls, and the aforementioned Accelerate and West Coast. Leading score is the number 4 in here, like Dr. Door, trained by Bob Baffert. We have a formulator fact for leading score. Past 4 years, Baffert 3 and up, last out winners in non-graded stakes dirt routes. He's only 8 for 11 with a $2.67 return on investment. And he also has a pace advantage according to Timeform US, as we see from our pace projector. Leading score the 4, Lambo the 1. They're up close in a blue bar situation, which favors horses on or near the early lead. Now, leading score last time out returned from a long layoff, never got a breather on the lead, and he held on gamely in the lane, although it looked like he was ready to fall down.
Yeah, I mean, he looked like a sitting duck in that race after doing the dirty work on the front end. Nobody could catch him. It felt like more of a disappointment for the others than anything very special by him. On the other hand, he'd been away for a very long time. He did take pressure on the lead, and he did make it stand up at the end. So I'll give him some credit for that. If he gets loose in here, he might be pretty tough to run down.
That race hasn't come back strong just yet, but you have to respect that he took pace pressure, kept on going, and he might have an advantageous scenario, although I'm very dubious that it's going to be that slow. I think Lambo's going to push him a bit early. Line Judge is the number 5, and 2 starts back going 7 furlongs at Churchill Downs. First start off that Peter Miller Claim. I thought he got a really nice setup, sitting by himself in mid-pack, coming with a nice 4-wide bid, and then finishing it off against a good field. He did not get that setup last time out in the Bing Crosby. He is not a 6-furlong horse, especially in a race with no pace. I wonder if this is going to be kind of a 7-furlong, 1-mile horse for Peter Miller.
It feels like this could be a better distance for him, and now it's just all about class, I guess, if you feel like he's going to class up with these horses. I like that it felt like he took a step forward first time out for Miller. He did basically no running last time, but he's not a grade 1 sprinter either, so I won't go too hard on him for that.
235 was bet down to 7-5 last time out in that leading score race. It was only his second start of the year. His form has been plagued by layoff lines, and in that race he kind of found the rail on the far turn while one paced. He kept trying in between horses. I thought all in all it was a good effort, but leading score again did a lot of dirty work. I could see him sitting a good trip in third here.
Yeah, maybe he gets a good trip. He does have a figure or two that suggests he can go with these horses. I refuse to forgive him for his last race.
Let's take a look at our top selection for the Harry F. Brubaker Stakes. We just think if Dr. Dorr can find his form from 2018, isn't he just the best horse in this field? And I like him stretching out like you do.
I like that too. Maybe he just lands in a really nice trip here. To me, it was either him or Lambo. They're really the only two that I liked. I went 2-1-4.
Mike's going 2-1-4. I'm going 2-4-6-1. In the $85,000 Harry F. Brubaker Stakes, it's your feature race at Del Mar on Wednesday. It's also your DRFBets race of the day. Play it with your $100 deposit match that you will receive upon sign up for a DRFBets account at drf.com/bet. Post time for the Harry F. Brubaker, 4:30 Pacific. Good luck.